What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Bitcoin and cryptocurrency update video. If you guys remember last time we were talking, Bitcoin was hanging out right around this region here, and we were talking about how it was coming under some pressure because we had this downtrend in play, and we were converging the support and the resistance right here, right? And we talked about if we break this to the downside, that we would likely see some lower levels, and more specifically, we talked about 30K. However, honestly didn't anticipate it taking 3 months to do so. It actually came very close in the short term. It hit all the way down to like 32,000. We talked about the upward trending channel connecting the low over here in June and July to the January one most recently now because we talked about how this touch point here and here perfectly touches the tops over here. It actually dates all the way back to the $14,000 top back here too. And you can see since then I've actually added some lower cloned trend lines of this prime one, if you will. I don't know if that's what you want to call it, but that's just what I called it for now. But essentially what happened was once we lost this level, I pretty much just drew a bunch of chop, and it's kind of what we got. However, it actually worked out to where we ended up developing this bear flag here. And you can see that that was an earlier indication that we were going to roll over right around 38,000. But more importantly, we lost this $35,000 channel support. So we did lose this multi-year channel. In which case we do have a relative measured target from the top here to the bottom, and we could drag it to our breakout point, and it actually reaches, let me fix that a little bit more down, it actually reaches down to about 18,000 or so, which you can see kind of perfectly comes into play. Let me switch to the weekly so you can see a little better. Comes into play a little bit nicely with the bottom touch point from basically the COVID low all the way over here, so somewhere around this zone, for example. If we ever get that low, that's up in the cards. That's just the measured mood from this breakout here. Nonetheless, 30K seems to be the region that we got to hold right now before trying to reclaim this downtrend line at the moment here. And so likely what happens here is it's potentially going to hold, honestly, 30K, maybe 29. And I'll say 29 because if we go back to the weekly, it actually looks a little better when we go like that. You can see it actually grabs the wicks better, and I would like to say that that is the more wiggle room that we have. I like 29,000 better because it grabs the wicks. I think this is going to be the level to watch before breaking down to 24,000 or the $19,000-$20,000 region down here. And so likely what happens from here then on the daily time frame, you can see the RSI is pretty oversold. Last time we got this low, Bitcoin had a nice little rally bounce higher here, and the other regions down here, for example, it started to reverse a little higher. I question how far it goes to the upside because we did lose this big channel, and so likely what happens here is maybe we find some support here, but we could rally all the way up to this line again, even the resistance line down here. So this big cluster here, we'll call it $36,000, $37,000. That would be some major resistance. If we can get above both this and this, then we do have some resistance potentially over here, but again back at like the $46,000 region. Getting ahead of ourselves a little bit though, clearly under some pressure. It's likely we just kind of range here for a little bit before either just bleeding back down or we hang out here and then break this and then come play with maybe over here, I guess at like 38,000. The underbellies of like all this meat right here. Let me pull it up so you can see a little better. Boom, like right around here. 38, 39,000. Support, support, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, 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 even resistance back here. So that'd be a pretty big level to watch if we start to retrace to the upside. But some other things we could look at to see where we're at in the market cycle. All right, so taking a look at Bitcoin on the weekly, we're on the BLX here. You can see that we have this $29,000 level. That's really key support all the way back here in December and all the way over here in June and July, and then likely coming in as support here again. However, we are putting in potentially the descending triangle here. That is the classic Bitcoin move of most of the bear markets here, just like we did back over here in 2017's bubble. Big descending triangle led to a capitulation drop, and we also did it back in the 2014-2015 cycle where we had big descending triangle, big capitulation drop, and then we recover on to make our next all-time high, new bull market, stuff like that. These boxes I drew out here is because it matches up nicely with the RSI here on a weekly time frame. If you draw in 37 on your RSI, you can see when we breach this level, it doesn't last down here that long. In fact, so like down here, it lasted about 63 days. Back here, it lasted about 230 days, so that one was a little longer. Over here, it lasted about 90 days. COVID, that's not that much time. And present day, we just breached it again. And that's basically when we're in this box of price action. You also got to look at the the weekly RSI or stock RSI, sorry, when both RSIs below here and this is below here, when both RSI is below here and stock RSI is below here, and same thing, we're headed back to confirm below the 20 level down here, and this is below 37. So yeah, basically this would be your golden zone, if you will, of ultimate buying opportunity. We could also take a look at one more indicator here I like to show. So one more thing I like to show is these moving averages here. You can see these are the different lengths that we have, and for their style, I just make them bolder and bright so you can see. But we're going to follow the story here, right? So we're going to go all the way back to 2014, 2015. You can see when Bitcoin's trending up, it likes to hold the purple line as major support. And then it's not until we break this purple line till we then fall to the green line to look for some support. And then you can see this is when the bear market structure takes place. Once this purple line crosses below the green line, it's under some more pressure, and then we come test that orange line. And once the orange line is tested and then eventually lost as support, we make our fall to the red line, and then it doesn't really pick up. The cycle doesn't really pick up to continue and move higher until the green line goes back above, or sorry, the purple line goes back above the green line right here. That's going to be when the bull run begins again, and we start to resume higher. And then, yeah, I add more fuel to the fire when the green goes back above the orange as well. And then, boom, all the moving averages are back in order as they should. And then we trend higher. And then, same story, we lost the purple line as support. Come test the green line. Once we lose the green line, we come test the orange one. And then once we lose the orange one, we come test that red one, right? And then it's not until the purple line crosses back above the green that we're in the clear and the bull market could start again, minus this COVID anomaly dip here. This was, a big liquidity crisis. This is one anomaly that's cool. Not really cool, right? But kind of cool if you were excited and, had some money on the sidelines and participated in this nice opportunity here. Those happen anytime, right? Coming up here. Because you can see now, once this bull market continued off, we had the purple line as our support. Once we lost the purple line, we come test the green line. And once we lose this green line as support, which happened over here, it turned into resistance. Then we come test this orange line. And you can see right now, we just lost this orange line. So we're looking to target this red line down here, somewhere around 22,000, 21.5. This is moving up every day, remember? So this seems to be the sweet spot for Bitcoin. You can see it likes to hold this as major support all in its past. It doesn't go that far. This is the 12-year history, so it started over here. And you can see there are some nasty wicks that go through it. So we can come down to it, but it can go lower. This one went 16% lower over here. These guys went about 14%, 13%. Over here it actually held. COVID crashed though. It did break through it, but the body stayed on it. But it crashed another like 27, 28% over there. So that's why we also have this major level over here then. Let's see the deviation from here down to there. That's about 36%. I have $14,000 in play because we've talked about it before, but if we go to a monthly time frame then, let's clean all these lines up. You can see that 20K has the wick up the top there and a couple monthly closes. So that'd be the next level to look at once we lost 29 potentially. But 14,000 is the bodies, the monthly closes over here, and the wick over here, and these open and closes right here. So I think this is that level to watch. It's a fat range, right, from bottom to or top to bottom. It's about a 50% range. Try not to be too greedy. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I mean, this is what we're looking at as your golden zone if you're a long-term investor, how to play this in low risk, high reward, right? So that's what I got for you on here. Minus also, I would like to bring up the monthly RSI down here, stock RSI that is. You can see that we are significantly oversold, like a lot of momentum on the downside, right? This is all the way back here. When this was down here, that's when price was in this box as well. The price was in this box when we were all the way down here as well. Minus the COVID one on the monthly, it didn't get quite as low. But, this box again, we are down here. So just pointing out the facts, trying to keep it simple, changing up the style a little bit. So Bitcoin dominance is also kind of still ranging here. It's currently at 42. And it's been chopped right in between these channels for a while. So if we lose the major support here at 39, definitely going to roll over, test the all-time lows of market dominance, potentially lower. If this breaks to the upside, got some resistance over here, about 49%, 50% or so. And, if that breaks, then we got the upside over here, about 58%. Not really sure what happens. Most likely we make another leg down. We got, a bunch of lower highs, lower lows in place here, or just the fact that we have lower highs coming into a flat line of support. Again, kind of a descending triangle, right? More likely breaks down. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. That'd be good for the altcoins to see this thing bleed a little more. Taking a look at Ethereum though, this one also had its major break right here, the technical support. So we're looking to test definitely about 1,900 bucks. If 1,900 doesn't hold, maybe these wicks down here, this 1700. And then likely if that doesn't hold, then we got the all-time high retest right here, which was the breakout over here too. Sorry, the all-time high ever, the weekly closes, and then we had the resistance turn into support again. So maybe that's get tested again one more time. Ethereum dominance is still in this upward trending channel, very tight range here, so likely to come test the highs again over here or over here, or test these lows. And if this breaks, then we have the support down here for sure. So that's what we're looking at for Ethereum dominance. XRP, put this guy to log, still in this big descending channel above the big macro channel that it did break out of though. So this is still some support here. You can see we came back and tested the lows again about like 50 cents. We have the trending downtrend channel right here as some support if it bleeds a little lower. But all in all, I mean, same story, different day. Just gonna be chilling probably in this range until we break this to the upside, or if this gets broken to the downside, then we have some very nice buying opportunity coming in down here. Anyways, that's probably going to be it for today's video. I appreciate you guys as always for watching. Let me know how you like this kind of style, breaking it down weekly, monthly, starting on the daily, for example, talking about the short term, what to look for, talk about the long term. Because honestly, I didn't make this video for a while because it took a while to reach our target, about 3 months last video. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys see the value that I find by looking at these charts every day. Keeps you cool, calm, collected, know how to plan ahead in advance to prepare yourself for where the market's headed, and know your levels, what's important, understand signal versus noise, all that good stuff. Be sure to follow me on social medias down below. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got Snapchat. I post a little more actively on those for the day-to-day stuff if you want to see the more crypto-related things or if you like the car stuff. Thank you all again for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.